Something that I think about all the time because I'm chronically online and I don't touch grass is how both Hollywood and the music industry were more accepting, or in their case, should I say, forgiving of black features back in the 90s and the early 2000s. Think about it. Back then, we had Brandi, we had Whoopi Goldberg, we had Foxi Brown. Even though, in my opinion, Foxy does benefit from futurism. Even someone like Tiny, you guys, and I understand that Tiny, you know, TI wife Tiny, is light to skin and she has light eyes, but honestly she's very black presenting to me. Like, she has black features. Like, when you look at Tiny, you know that this is somebody who have admixture with black, even though she's very light skin and has, is it gray eyes? I don't know, don't really care like that. Anyways, it's something that I think about a lot, you know, about how back then if you had talent, the music industry would just let the world decide, whereas today it seems like if you don't fit a certain aesthetic, you are never going to be given the time of the day. Okay, like, they won't even let the public decide whether they like your stuff. Like, you have to fit a certain aesthetic first. And you know, I guess it wouldn't bother me as much if the aesthetic requirement was something that all women, you know, were going through. But I do feel like monoracial and ambiguous, whichever way you want to call it, you know, black women suffer from that aesthetic requirement more than other groups. Because I want you to think about someone like Ice Spice, and you know, I have nothing against Ice Spice really, but she's very mediocre, right? In every way, her music. And you guys, before you start, mediocre is a synonym of average, okay? And I know that sometimes it has a negative connotation, but I'm mediocre in many things, and probably so are you, okay? So it's not a bad word. Let's just say average, okay? Because I know you're all okay. So yeah, she's, in my opinion, very average when it comes to musical talent, and she's also very average when it comes to her looks. However, a lot of money was still put behind her, at least when she first came out. And I know that some people say that she's an industry plant, but whether she's or not, actually, let's even say that she's an industry plant. Where are the dark skin industry plants? Quickly, somebody give me an answer in the comments quickly. Okay, I want to know now. Okay, so why is it never an ambiguous black women that are chosen to be industry plant, if that's even a thing, right? So it seems to me that it's always the same type. So it's Ice Spice, it's Saweetie, for example. And you guys, I'm not saying that light-skinned women who are visible in the music industry today don't have any talent. To me, somebody like Doja Cat is extremely talented. Like, Doja can rap. Okay, girl, Doja can rap. I have issues with her, you know, when it comes to other things, but her talent is not something that can be denied. Okay, so I don't mind when talented, you know, mixed women like Doja Cat get at the forefront of the spotlight, but I do mind when mediocre mixed women, is she mixed? I don't know. I really don't know much about Ice Spice, you guys, you know, but.
And don't even get me started on Cardi, who is the most grotesque impersonation of a regular black woman. And that wouldn't be a quote unquote problem if regular black women were given the same opportunities as Cardi. But we all know that it will be a cold day in hell before average regular black woman has as much money put behind her as Cardi did back in them Bodak Yellow days. And you guys, I'm not saying that all of Cardi's success is due to this. You know, she was funny in Love and Hip Hop, but in my opinion, she does overdo a lot. And you know, a lot of her persona is, you know, the impersonation of regular black women.
It does bother me a bit when women like Ice Spice and Saweetie, a lot of money was put behind Icy Girl. I know it's not the case anymore, but back when she first came out with Icy Girl, like, she was being pushed heavy, okay? And I never see an ambiguous black woman, dark-skinned black women being pushed heavy like that, like a lot of money being behind them. I never see that, right? And again, I say this in every video, I do think we are at fault. We as the consumers, as dark-skinned black consumers, I do think that we are at fault a little bit because we don't actually support as well when there is a dark-skinned black woman. Think of Justin Sky, for example. We don't really support Justin music like that, even though, you know, there are issues with Justin, but we'll address that in another video, okay? But I do wish that collectively we would put more of our dark-skinned dollar, like I like to call it, behind Justin or somebody like Normani. You know, I wish we supported Motivation and other projects of her more, but whether we support them or not, my issue is that there are just not enough of them out there. And I know you're thinking, girl, why does it matter? Because representation matters. Like, listen, it cannot be possible that we as monoracial black women are the only group who are being represented by people who look nothing like us. That doesn't even make sense. Like, we are the majority. And when I say we are the majority, remember 51% is already the majority. Okay, so I do believe that there are more monoracial black women out there. You know, when you join America, Africa, and the Caribbean, there are more black women that look like me than there are black women like that look like Meghan Markle. Okay, most mixed people don't even look like Meghan Markle. And I say this as someone who has a mixed daughter, and even my daughter doesn't look like Meghan Markle. Even she doesn't feel represented by Meghan Markle, because Meghan Markle is a white passing mixed woman. Okay, but that's neither here nor there. My point is that I feel like there is not enough, first of all, representation by just black women in the media. You know, I feel like when I watch TV, I want to feel represented. You know, when I watch Netflix, Disney Plus, YouTube, I want to see black women that looks just like me, and I don't see enough of those, first of all. But then there's also another problem, is also the lack of representation of average looking black women. Okay, and I know that Chrissy is for exceptional representation, and I get that. And, you know, I'm not against it. I do think that, you know, exceptional representation has its place somewhere. But I do also wish that there was more average representation. I want you to think about how Caucasian women have Sarah Jessica Parker, and they have Jennifer Aniston. And, you know, I know some people say Jennifer Aniston is not average looking, and honestly, as a teen, when I was watching Friends, I didn't feel like she was average looking. But looking back, I do feel like it was more styling. Like, whoever was styling her in that show did the damn thing. Okay, like, her outfits were always tea, and, you know, her character was depicted as someone who works in fashion, so I guess it makes sense. But looking back, I do feel like, you know, she's average looking like most people. Again, you guys, average looking is not an insult. Most human beings are average looking, and most human beings are average in every way, shape, or form. I am not going to go through this with y'all again. Okay, I'm tired, I'm over it. Okay, so Cameron Jazz, like, the list is long. Okay, it's very, very long, and I feel like Caucasian women get average representation. And yes, they have exceptional representation as well. As a matter of fact, they have a lot of exceptional representation. Okay, but they also have average representation, and average representation that is huge, that is big. Okay, I want you to think again about Sarah Jessica Parker. Like, Sex and the City, huge. Okay, huge show, 10 seasons. She became a huge star off of it. You know, got ginormous brand deals. Like, she became really that girl. Okay, the face really for a long time of white womanhood, while being, in my opinion, a very average looking white woman, right? And I think that has been amazing for white women's self-esteem around the world, right? Seeing somebody that looks like an everyday white woman being put on such a pedestal, being invited in all of the huge fashion week events in the world, and, you know, treated like royalty. I think that that really served white womanhood in general, and I wish that, you know, as monoracial black women, we could experience stuff like that. Like, you know, just putting on your TV and seeing somebody who looks just like you know, an everyday black woman, but that is a love interest, or, you know, treated exceptionally for whatever reason, right? I really hope that that does happen for, you know, a generation of black women to come. Like, I'm almost 38-year-old, right? Even though I do think about it sometimes, I'm kind of over it also, to be honest. But I do think of little dark-skinned girls all over the world who deserve representation as well, right? Maybe they want to become actresses and stuff, and then when they watch the media, they never see women who really look like them, you know, play these roles where they're love interests, where they're being lavish, when they're being loved on. Like, you know, it's always struggle. It's always Tyler Perry. Like, I have nothing against him. Some of the movies are okay, but, you know, I feel like Tyler has a problem with black women, because the way we are depicted in his movies and shows, always, you know, Beauty in Black and stuff. I mean, it's an entertaining show, but there are problems, you guys. There are issues. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I can't lie, you know. And don't even get me started on the other one, like Acrimony. Come on, Tyler. Come the F on. Okay. But yeah, you guys, it's something that I think about all the time, and of course it's something that I cannot remediate and I can't think of any solution. I ask you girls to put in solutions or ideas that you have in the comment section in every video, but y'all never do. I mean, I'm grateful for those of you that engage, but I wish more of y'all, if you do have ideas, would share it in the comment section, but y'all don't. And maybe it's because y'all are just like me. Maybe it's because y'all just, you know, can see the constar but don't really have any solutions. That's also possible, right? It's a possibility that I can't overlook. So that's possible as well. Maybe that's what's happening. I mean, most likely that's what's happening, right? So, but that's neither here nor there. It's just something that I thought, you know, I would share with you. Just some food for thought about how it seems like back in the days we had more opportunities as today, you know, and as someone who loved Sister Act as a child. So shout out to Whoopi, shout out to Brandi as well. Like that song with Monica was really everything. I know it wasn't for 8 years old, you guys, but I really enjoyed The Boy Is Mine. And yeah, anyways, you guys, I'm just gonna ramble and repeat myself over and over again. So I'm gonna love and leave you here. If you like this video, do not forget to give it a thumbs up. In the comment section down below, let me know, you know, how do you think we can remediate this? You know, what do you think is the most effective way to get more representation of monoracial and ambiguous everyday Black women out there? Do not forget to subscribe to my channel as well. I'm on the way to 3,000 subscribers. Would love to get there with your support, so would appreciate you subscribing as well as becoming a member. I'm going to do the live soon and very soon, you guys. I know some of y'all ask when. I have to check with the time because I live in Germany and most of y'all are in America, so I would have to do the live at 2 a.m. or 4 a.m. in the morning. So what I'm going to do is in my community tab, I'm going to insert a couple of time slots like Eastern Standard time slots, and y'all can then vote which time would work for most of y'all. I understand that, you know, everybody's not going to be able to make it, but the time slot that gets the most votes I'm going to go for, and then I'm going to be doing the live at that time. Anyways, bye guys, thanks for watching. Mwah.